Okay, just watched Nerdy Prudes Must Die premiere. I'm sorry, this is probably so shaky. They just did the live stream. I'm gonna jump on the digital ticket for the talkback and Working Boys in hopefully 20 minutes, I think. So take a quick bathroom break and then I'll be on there. Might see some of you guys. I don't know if any of you guys got that ticket, but it was crazy. I already did watch the digital ticket like way back in I think March or April or something like that. So I saw the digital ticket version, but you know, this is my first time obviously seeing the actual recording with everybody else, and it was so good. First of all, okay, it was really fun to watch everyone's reactions in the live chat because it was like, if you haven't watched it yet, I'm not going to spoil anything, but there's some big twists, and just seeing everybody's reactions to that was so crazy. And there's also some stuff that was not exactly in the digital ticket, like a couple of, again, I won't give away exactly what it is, but some really awesome cameos that were really cool. Unexpected. Like, I guess I kind of could see that they would put something in those parts, but I didn't know that they would actually have, like, cameos. So that was really cool. Also, definitely a huge thing was, obviously, because it's a close-up camera, they have like different shots and stuff, that you could see close-ups of, one, the effects makeup that they did for some of the characters, because it's like a horror musical, obviously, so there's some really cool effects makeup that you could not see in the digital ticket but were really, really clear in the recording. And then also all the this is a minor spoiler, so skip to whatever time I'm gonna put, but the Lords in Black costumes were crazy. Again, you could kind of see them in the digital ticket, but not actually the details, but there was some like crazy details that are, oh my god, I was just like going crazy for it. It was so good. Yeah, I mean, all the performances, amazing. I'll definitely give a full review at some point, probably hopefully next week or the week after that. Oh, I'm like freaking out. It's not as, one, it's early in the evening. I remember when Black Friday came out and I watched it. It was like late at night. I think I ended the show watching it at like 3 a.m. and that show ends on a much more actually scary, no, not that this isn't like, doesn't end scary kind of horror. It's a different vibe. It's a very different vibe than the ending of Black Friday. Again, I won't give it away specifically. It's not like nightmare inducing. Like Black Friday was like freaky. So I'm a lot more like upbeat right now and excited versus when I watched Black Friday, I was like, oh my god, that was terrifying. I'm very excited to join on this live stream and see. Also, oh my gosh, somebody from, I don't know who it was, nobody knows who it was, but somebody from Smosh Games popped into the chat for like 1 second and asked where's Angela and didn't say anything else. So I don't know, maybe like Damien or someone was watching. Now they've done a collab because they did a Try Not to Laugh together. It's just funny to see those two things kind of collide. But yeah, everybody's freaking, they're like, oh my god, it's Smosh. But yeah, I'll give some more thoughts on Workin' Boys and stuff whenever that happens. Again, I gotta take a bathroom break and then I'll be back with this terrible probably 5-minute awful vlog. But I did one last time, so I thought I'd do one again just to share my immediate thoughts. Bye for now. So I'm back. I'm in my room now. I finished watching the full live stream talk back, Workin' Boys, premiere, everything, and oh my gosh, it was so good. Definitely, if you're not a backer for the, I think it was the 10th anniversary Kickstarter that they did, that's how you'll get the Workin' Boys digital download in a couple weeks. So if you don't have that, I definitely recommend purchasing the streamer. You can go on their website, I think, and they have like I don't know if it's just a playback of the stream or how it works, but there's some way to watch Working Boys if you didn't watch the live stream and if you're not a backer. So I definitely recommend it because it's so good. It was so funny. There's also, the music was crazy good. I think they said they're going to eventually release a soundtrack on like iTunes and stuff, so I would look out for that when they do that. But yeah, it was very funny. It was surprisingly gory. Yeah, it was very creepy. All the Hatchetfield stuff is horror, but it's like a little bit different when it's in a film versus on stage. I don't know, it just has a different thing to it. A different vibe. So I definitely recommend watching it if you haven't watched it. Also, if you are into like all the Hatchetfield like lore and stuff, there was a couple of new pieces of info that they dropped during the stream because they did like a trivia game, and some of the trivia questions were things that nobody knew before besides the Langs, who like obviously write the stuff. So they revealed a couple of things that I'm sure somebody probably is going to update it on like the wiki or whatever. So if you're into all that stuff, I definitely recommend taking a look at it because there's some interesting stuff. I still haven't seen, I know I'm a bad fan, I haven't seen every Nightmare Time yet. I've seen most of them, but there's a couple I haven't seen the, I think there's like 3 that I haven't seen, something like that. But I've seen most of them by this point, but I definitely am going to catch up now because there's a lot of lore that I didn't know. I was like very confused and oh my god, sorry, this is so shaky. I definitely am going to catch up on that. Hopefully like this week. They announced some new stuff. So they said that their next project is actually not going to be like their next stage musical isn't going to be Hatchetfield. It's going to be, I don't know, something completely different, which I don't know, I'm kind of excited about. Not that I don't like, I obviously love the Hatchetfield stuff, but I would love that for them to do another original piece. But there is still, Hadgetfield is not like over. They're probably going to do some other stuff. They talked about maybe doing like a movie or another short film, and they're hoping to eventually do Nightmare Time 3. They shared some like episode summaries for Nightmare Time 3 ideas, and they're very interesting. So I'm looking forward to that. Hopefully it'll eventually get me. And it might be like not for a while because I have to obviously film it and stuff, and I don't know, there's a lot of info that they put out there that I'm sure is probably like floating around on social media now, but I definitely check that out if you're into the Nightmare Time stuff, because there was a lot of stuff that they revealed. It was very interesting. But yeah, definitely watch Working Boys. It was so funny. I am a backer for the Kickstarter, so I'll have the digital download in a couple weeks, so I'm very excited to like watch it, because the stream was very low quality, like it was, because it was live stream, so it was not HD, but I'm very excited to see it in like full HD.
I just remembered the other thing that they announced, which is that Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals is going to have a licensed version, so like local theaters can put it on and stuff, which is really cool. And what I was wondering about that is if they're going to do two versions like they did with Firebringer, where Firebringer they have like the regular full version, and then they also have a more PG one that doesn't have as much like swears and stuff, and Smelly Balls is Smelly Butt, so it's more child friendly, I guess. Don't know if that would be possible with Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals, because I was thinking about a couple of things. There's one really obvious change that I think you could easily make and it wouldn't like affect the plot or anything, which is, what do you want, Paul? You could, I think, fairly easily change the joke in that to something that's not as rated R and it wouldn't affect like the plot. It would just be a different joke. But you couldn't really take out like the violence without very significantly changing the plot. So I'm not sure if they would be able to do that, but I was just curious thinking about, because they couldn't do that for some of the other shows that they have licensing for, because it's like you can't really change Twisted to make it less raunchy without completely changing the plot. Turtle Organ, like, I mean, obviously the poop jokes can't really be changed, or else it's something completely different, and all the stuff with McDoon is pretty essential. But I'm not sure. Maybe it would be possible. That'd be kind of interesting to see a school version of this horror musical.
I'm definitely going to do my normal harmonies video that I've been doing for like 5 years now, something crazy like that. Because I think I started doing them before Guy Who Didn't Like Musicals even came out, so that's a long time ago now. And then a review. I'll definitely do a full review of Nerdy Prudes Must Die. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer about the show, of my thoughts or anything, leave a comment. I'll probably do a community post at some point too before I film that. But yeah, hopefully that'll be out by the end of the month. And the harmonies video will probably be out next week. I don't know, maybe I'll try to edit this tonight if I don't fall asleep. I'm really tired. If not tonight, I'll probably do it tomorrow. Tell me what you thought of the show if you watched it, and if you watched Workin' Boys. Try not to do spoilers in the comments, because I don't know if everybody who's I won't, since I'm not doing spoilers in this, I don't want to spoil it for people, but definitely share your thoughts, and see you soon.